Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Samri.
Welcome to the Chopsticks and
Fork,
Fork
Please
podcast. I almost said our podcast
Yeah.
name in my brain. I almost said it.
I
my
almost
brain-
said lines with
Yeah,
the
me too. Me
stars,
too. That's how
Kinda
well in
mixes.
sync we are. We almost did the same screw up.
Yeah. It's been a while since we recorded any podcast
Yeah.
episode.
But we do record our podcasts. It is fun to do on occasion.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the other day about how hard it is to maintain friendships. these
Adult
days.
friendships.
Adult friendships.
Yes.
And a lot of it, I remember I made the point of being, when you have friends as a kid, it's so easy to have friendships. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
it wasn't super easy.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
comparison, it's more convenient to
Yeah.
have friendships while you're in school, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or in college. Even
Yeah.
as a young adult, it's easier to have friendship than as an adult in like our 30s. Where while you're in school, you see your friends like almost every day, or like in your, if you're high school and below, you're gonna see your friends every day.
Yeah.
You can hang out after school.
Yeah,
In college, you're all living pretty close together
Yeah.
usually, or like
You lived in dorms,
yeah,
right?
I live in dorms.
I
Either
commuted.
that or you're taking the same classes, and
Yeah.
then you can hang out after class.
You could do the same project.
Yeah, and so hanging out, like I remember back then, it's like, oh yeah, like someone called me up, yeah, I can hang out, right? Now it's like an ordeal to like plan things. We have to plan sometimes things like almost maybe a couple months in advance almost.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you did your friend's
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, my friend's Christmas thing. That was
Was
like
it last week?
yeah, it was last week, and we planned that like a month prior. We planned that a month prior. We'd be like, okay, like we have this date settled in.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's within a month of planning, and
Yeah.
you all, like, the ones who can get together, you got together.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I played Dungeons and Dragons, which is kind of like
AKA D&D.
yeah, D&D. It's and it's like a social obligation, right? I've like signed like a social contract with my friends saying that yeah, I'll commit to like this time slot.
It's cool because, for you at least, your D&D groups are pretty gender diverse.
Yeah, gender diverse. We have a lot of
I mean, it's
different genders.
mostly white people, but
Yeah.
there's you and there's Matt, who's half who.
Yeah, and then let's see.
Oh, and there's the half black guy.
Yeah, Lucas. But yeah, like it's pretty. Yeah, and then also a different gender, different gender
Yeah.
spectrum,
Yeah.
trans, also different sexualities too.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
we have.
Was that on purpose? Like, did you?
No, that wasn't on purpose. It just ended
Okay.
up being like that. It just ended up being like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you didn't, like, stop being their friend once they started transitioning,
No.
or
Actually,
when
I
they
met them.
revealed their.
I met one of my friends like shortly after they started transitioning.
Okay.
Like very shortly after they transitioned. So I didn't actually know their dead name until I think it was really funny. One time, I was playing D&D with my group of friends in person, and I think her mom like came by and like he's like, oh, is there this name here like their dead name?
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Oh.
I don't know who that is. And then and then they're like, oh no, it's yeah, like
Oh.
I didn't know their name. And also it was actually hard to like connect with them on like Facebook at the time because their Facebook was under their old name originally.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, wait, how am I supposed to get in contact with this person? So yeah, like it was like, I know them of their new name and not their
So
old
it's
name.
easier.
It was easier
right?
for me. It was
Yeah.
easier for me. There wasn't any like weird.
You don't have to like switch
it.
names.
I didn't have to switch it.
Yeah, yeah. I knew a friend who, like, before they transitioned and after, like, before we were in AmeriCorps, FEMA Corps together.
Yeah.
And then they, like, took a blanket and ran and, like, their arm broke. They had to go to the ER.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, and then I have another online group of friends where, like, there's a lot of different people on, like, the sexual spectrum. But I think there's only, like, one pure straight guy. And he's the token, we call him our token white cis man.
Oh, is that
in a different group with my, like, other streaming friends?
Oh, okay.
All my streaming friends are all in different, like, spectrums of, like, sexuality.
Oh, okay.
Or, like, so, like, and then it's funny, we have, like, the one cis white guy, where we call him the token cis white guy in our group. Just because, there's always the token Asian, token black guy, tokens,
okay.
like the token.
That's true. There's no token white guys, right?
We like to call him our token white cis man. White straight cis man.
Yeah. Interesting. And you're arranging a gathering for that group,
yeah,
right?
We haven't fully gone into the details yet, but we're trying to arrange something.
And I think the difference between my friend groups and your friend groups is that my friend groups, they don't know each other.
Yeah.
Most of them.
I mean, I have friend groups that don't know each other too.
But, like, it's groups.
Yeah.
But me, it's just, like, one-on-one relationships
you have
that I have.
singular friends, but, like, there's no, like, they're just friends of friends, essentially. Like, they'd be like, oh, like...
They might be Facebook connected.
Yeah, but they're not connected, and they don't, like, hang out or anything like that, so it's very individualized.
Yeah. So, like, my relationship is just, like, it's not like a group text situation or there's no Discord for my friend group. It's just we have each other's phone numbers and then we would text, like, once a year or more.
Yeah, so my friends
and I actually
also
have to, like, keep my friends in mind.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't have friends sometimes.
Yeah.
Until you remind me, oh yeah, there's Tao.
Yeah.
There's Sophia, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Like, you guys, like, those friendships are good, like,
yeah.
And you get distracted on the bad friendships sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, like,
the friendships where we broke up. Yeah.
And it's not really a breakup. It's just that it's mostly, like, drifting away.
Or just, like, stop talking to them.
Yeah, stop talking to them. And it's like, it's a sad thing, but, like, that's kind of what happens, right? Either that, it's like, sometimes, like, kids happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, two of the friends who tried to keep in contact, at least, they both have kids.
Yeah, and that's, like, those are the keepers, the ones that try to do it, even if they have kids, because my gosh, they're probably super busy.
Yeah, and I would, when I become a parent, when we become parents, I'll be getting information from them.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work,
Yeah. I guess, let's see, any more to talk about friendships?
Yeah, like, just, it's a lot of work to keep friendships in your 30s.
And it's important
40s.
to keep boundaries.
Yeah, and keep boundaries. Yeah, it is important to also keep boundaries, too. Like, you were telling me the issue of how sometimes, like, you kind of don't have boundaries. Yeah,
I would reveal too much at once.
Like, too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, with some of my friends, like, my internet friends, I haven't shown them my face until, like, for, like, we've been friends for, like, 3 years. I only have shown them my face within, like, the last year. Like, like, it's, do what's comfortable and just, like, have boundaries, like, you are your own person. You don't exist for your friends as well.
That's true. Yeah.
You exist for yourself. And do what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, hey, guess what? It's our podcast, Worf, our dog update.
Mm-hmm.
Our dog has been doing better, like, on YouTube videos in terms of views than all of our content combined.
Yeah. People love puppy videos.
People like him. I think the most popular one is the one where he tried to get a stick in the house.
Yeah.
It's funny because
people got emotional and started writing an essay.
Yeah, it's really funny because he'll have like a stick or anything wood in his mouth, and he's like kind of cautious about entering the house because he's not associated like the stick was too big to get in the house. He's associated a wood thing that somehow causes the house to project like a barrier.
Oh, really? So he doesn't bring sticks in?
Well, he does bring sticks in, but he tests it first. He puts a paw.
Oh, that's funny.
He puts a paw in front of the door, like in the opening, and like waves his paw there to check it for like to check it for barriers. And then he'll go in.
And he like carefully goes
So he's smart where he can like piece things together and like hypothesize things, but he came to the wrong conclusion.
Yeah.
Based off of the evidence.
Ah, that's cute.
I think it's adorable.
Yeah.
And he's smart, and he's able to figure things out. But sometimes, he's a dog. He doesn't have the same knowledge that we have.
Yeah. Like, he bypassed a barrier we set up when we were watching a show.
And we just saw him like looking at us.
Wait, what?
Like, wait, how did you get here?
Yeah, I'm like, this is the wrong spot for you to be. We're on this side and you're on that side, and you're not supposed to be on that side when we're on this side.
Yeah, sometimes I've also had like, I'm in my office working, and I remember we were just hearing some like sounds of things. I was like, oh, he's just playing with a toy, and like go outside. He's like, no, he's playing with our shoes. He's like tossing our shoes in the shoe area. I'm like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how he didn't get to the kitchen.
Yeah.
That we know of, at least.
He's snuck into the kitchen a couple times.
Oh.
Like I've seen. That's why I moved the barrier to be like across the counter, so it's like harder for him, because he figured out how that he could like just push it
and just slip in. Yeah, he's pretty smart that way.
Yeah, he is smart that way, but like the circular pen, he can't get out of that because it moves with him.
Yeah. If he pushes, it's like, okay, I'll just follow you.
Yeah. But yeah, he's back to dog school.
Advanced puppy training.
Advanced dog training, yeah.
He's getting his master's.
He's getting his master. I like to say he's getting his master's.
Yeah.
After finding out this job market's too difficult for a bachelor's degree, that he needs to invest more time and get a master's. Because
jobs require 3 to 5 years of job experience or a master's degree.
Yeah.
They actually require that.
Yeah.
So
it's rough. It's very rough.
But I'm not going to go and get a master's because
that's too much work.
I just don't like that idea of like investing that time. Because I did
other schools.
2 boot camps.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor's. And I still don't have a decent job.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that is the world we live in.
Yeah. It's very disheartening, though.
Yeah, it is very disheartening, especially for people who have like college debt.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Because it could have been worse. You have college debt and you're like paying that off like every month.
Yeah. Because college debt, you're paying college debt the same amount that you would pay for like your monthly bills.
Yeah.
For a house or rental.
Yeah.
So you have to like room with roommates.
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of person who likes rooming with
people.
I mean, like,
I guess if it was with friends, maybe, but like, even then, that's a toss-up.
It's good to have your own space to call your own and just like your own bedroom and...
Yeah. You also never dormed with anyone, too.
I mean, like, I did the FEMA Corps.
Oh, that's true. But, like, that you guys move from place to place.
Yeah.
There's, I feel like it's a little bit different for, like, when you're, like, dorming or, like, even roommating for people for, like, a year. Because, like, you do have a place that is, like, your own. But, like, there's another place that someone calls their own right down the hall.
Yeah, and share a bathroom.
And then we share resources, too. Like, you know, dishes and stuff like that, kitchen.
Yeah.
Like that, and that stays the same.
And you need to, like, negotiate, okay, who's gonna clean?
Yeah. Who's
gonna cook, blah, blah.
Yeah. Or, like, or just like, hey, what are the rules with our ingredients in the fridge? You know? That sort of thing.
Or someone always eats your food and you don't know who is eating it. Oh my gosh. I experienced that in FEMA Corps. It
wouldn't be comfortable, but yeah, it's hard.
Especially, oh my gosh, like when COVID happened.
Yeah, when COVID happened, that was difficult.
And roommates, like having roommates during that time, like
COVID really like over a lot of like
relationships, right?
Yeah.
Cause like you can't force anyone to take their vaccine.
Yeah.
And if they refuse to and they got sick and your roommates, oh my gosh, that would be like a prison.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a good thing we were a couple when COVID happened. Very lucky.
I mean, we weren't married yet, though.
Yeah, but we were.
So, like, I'm kind of like.
We did.
It's like a miracle.
We did have to live separately for a bit.
Yeah.
Cause like.
I mean, it was more full time though around that time.
Yeah.
Like when it happened. Right.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, like we stayed separately for a bit, for quite a bit.
Until we got married.
Until we got married. You know, because like, your mom was like immunocompromised.
Yeah.
So like we, like I was saying secluded, but like I have to go to the grocery store, certain things like that. It's like let's try to avoid, and we did like kind of distance.
Yeah, that's true.
We did keep distance for a bit.
We did watch a lot of Star Trek episodes.
Yeah, we did.
In separate places.
Yeah, in separate places. We just did like we would do Netflix.
Yeah.
And then we'd be like, okay, starting the video in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we watched the same video, like the same like episode, like timed.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Star Trek. That was it's not Deep Space Nine, was it?
Either Deep Space Nine or Voyager.
Oh, okay, must have been Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we survived COVID.
We survived COVID, and there's a lot of breakups that happened during COVID.
Yeah.
It affected like movies too, like and media. Like because we're watching this show called From Cuisine, and there's like character whose backstory was that like he had like a good like Michelin star restaurant, but then COVID hit. And he had to close it, and it's just like he's like, doesn't matter how good you are when COVID hit, like that ruined your restaurant. So
he had to join another.
Yeah, he ended up joining another restaurant and never like made a new restaurant since then because of like the trauma that was COVID. Of like like I was like, damn, what a character. And like there was like movies are about like COVID and like. Things. I remember we watched a like kind of drama that was about like some couple that broke up and then COVID hit and they still had to live together. Oh yeah. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, I forgot. That was a thing that I remember. I remember seeing. Yeah. It infected like affected movies because some movies productions like had to stop because of COVID. Yeah. I was able to leave my job. Because of COVID, because I stayed home and I was able. It was kind of like sabbatical. Yeah. I feel like that's why there was the Great Resignation where a lot of people quit. Yeah. Because they were able to see, this is what life is like without this job. Yeah. And you get out of this cloud just like disappears. You're like, this is not so bad. Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember before, like, you would wake up to go to work, like, at 5 a.m. Yeah. And I'm like, I remember it was, like, 4
These days, I don't wake up until 10.
I know.
So
I'm envious of that position.
I'm overcompensating.
Yeah, like sometimes you don't get up until like 10. Sometimes you wake up at 10 and you don't like actually get up until like 11.
Yeah. I'm just like, so nice.
Sometimes I have to wake you up at like, sometimes I'll like check in on you around like 11.
You do like the poke.
Yeah, and I like poke you with my cold hands. I'm like, hey, wake up. It's not fair for you to sleep in this much.
Yeah. And you have to take Worf out.
Yeah, I take Worf out. I gotta wake up in the mornings. You gotta take the dog out. Gotta like go out in the cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of taking Worf out in the cold, the temperatures.
The temperature has been like around. It hit like 16 degrees here, and I'm glad that we have cold. We have layers.
Oh yeah, from REI.
Yeah, like we have cold layers because we did a couple camping trips that were outside, and then you like had your whole snow, like
winter expedition in Minnesota with -30 Fahrenheit.
And I've always kind of wanted us to do like winter camping, winter camping. So I got some stuff to prepare for that too. I was sleeping outside in like 20-degree weather. 20-degree weather.
Yeah, and you were able to see, this is why you layer up this way.
Yeah, you layer up this way.
And you saw the difference of like, you should pee when the pee is coming.
Yeah, just go out.
Or you get cold.
Like I was like, I am, like it was a weird, wild difference of like when I went out to pee, like, like trying to just like hold it in and then like just going out to pee.
Yeah.
And then like coming back in and I'm just like, oh, it's much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, I'm much warmer. Like, I am much warmer right now.
Because your body tries to warm this liquid that needs to escape, but you're keeping it in, so it's like trying to keep it warm.
Yeah.
So instead of keeping your body warm, it keeps this liquid warm.
Yeah.
And once you release it, it can like expand. It will give the energy to the rest of your body, like the ends of your fingers and toes.
Yeah. We had to put like a lot of trips and things on hold because our dog is a little bit too young for that stuff. But eventually, I think like once he gets older, like he'll be able to go on camping trips with us. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. He'll have his own camping tent thing.
Yeah, we'll probably find a camping tent for him.
It will probably be inside the same tent.
Yeah.
But like he'll have his own little tent, right? Or is that how it goes?
No, I think we actually should have like dog tents.
So it's separate outside?
Yeah, separate outside.
He'll need to have a lot of fur on him.
We'd have to train him a bit too. We'll have to train him a bit to like go into the tent and be okay sleeping in it. But yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. We need to take some cheese. The undefeated cheese.
The undefeated cheese that gets him to that lets him go into the crate. It started to work again. I love it.
Oh yeah, it had stopped.
Yeah, it stopped working for a bit, but then now it's starting to work again.
I think the key is to have him sufficiently tired.
Yeah.
Then you could just like push him in. Or like just like scooch him in, like
scooch him in, and he goes in, and then he goes in. But yeah, like a lot of it too has to deal with he is old enough to realize what to do when he is tired.
Yeah,
he has realized that if he's tired, he can just kind of lay down and like relax. Versus when he was a puppy, like or when he was younger, where like if he was tired, he would get more amped up.
So right now he's 6 months old.
Yeah,
because it's mid.
I think he just hit 6 months old.
Yeah.
Now. So yeah, that's fun. He's gonna be a teenager.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was already a teenager.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, and also he hasn't needed to nap as much as before. Which has its upsides and downsides.
Yeah, because
upsides is he's a little bit more self-sufficient. Downside is, man, I really enjoyed the times where he was napping and like I could have some me time.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to be supervised constantly.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be supervised constantly. Just kind of like, okay, let him out and let him out when he needs to use the bathroom. No accidents inside the house.
That's true. Yeah. And also, like, the whole independence thing. He can go out by himself. He doesn't need us right next to him.
Yeah, he can go out. He can use the bathroom.
Yeah. Especially during this cold weather.
Yeah, during this cold weather. That's the thing. I don't want to keep going out. I can, and he doesn't ankle lock. He doesn't like bite our clothes as often, so we can kind of wear more comfier clothes around him now. Without him.
Well, at least for you.
Oh yeah, that's
for
true.
me, it's
for me, I can wear some comfier, softer clothes now.
Okay. Oh yeah, your socks are not thick. As thick as before.
Yeah. He's trying. I think he's trying.
Yeah. He.
I remember him today. You were walking, and you didn't notice it, but he was right behind you. He had his mouth right over your ankles, and then decided not to.
He would just like go in and be like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, he's still growing. He's still growing and maturing.
And I think he's grown taller.
Yeah, he's grown taller
because he can reach more stuff.
He can reach more stuff on the tables. So like, and it incentivizes us to clean.
Yeah.
To be real, it does incentivize us to clean, which is a good thing.
He almost broke this like nice ceramic container.
Yeah, like nice ceramic vase, and then like it's like, oh, that cannot be there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we should clean that area. Maybe we could just like not have anything on it, or like just have coasters.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. That's probably the best.
Yeah. Are we going to do it? That's another question.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
It's almost. I've been slowly cleaning up more and more. Like that. The stuff on the table has like decreased as time has progressed.
That's true. I mean, it has to, because he would go at it in different angles.
Yeah, he's like he likes to experiment.
Yeah. He's a very curious dog.
Yeah, he's a very curious dog.
He likes learning new things.
Yeah. And that's also why we chose him, because he is a curious dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like seeing his brain work.
Yeah. Sometimes he would just like sit and observe. Before interacting with something. Yeah,
and it's funny because like in puppy class or in dog class, when like all the other dogs are like barking like crazy, he's like pretty like well behaved.
Yeah. I kept my face right, like I would squat and just like whisper things in his ear.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
Don't bark. Look at how they're behaving. Look at how they're making their parents look bad. Don't make us look bad.
I feel like I don't feel embarrassed for the parents, but I can imagine they're feeling quite embarrassed sometimes. Like oh, like you know, like oh, our dog's like not behaving. You know? But I'm like that. For me, I'm like, you're here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You're here to train them, which is, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's one dog. It's 2 years old. It's tiny, like toy poodle thingy.
Yeah, it's a little toy dog, right? It's toy sized.
Oh my gosh, its bark is so loud though. Like my ear was kind of ringing.
Yeah.
But you can't just like plug your ears. You know.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they went the route of, we need to get this dog training rather than we're just gonna put a muzzle on this dog's mouth. Right.
Yeah. Or just like not have it interact with anyone or any
which makes it even worse. Right?
Yeah. It wouldn't be good for them either, because I'm sure they have guests coming over to their place.
Yeah, right? So like if they feel like they can't have guests because the dog barks too much. So it's like a lot of it's like socialization.
Yeah.
That's why it's very important to socialize your dog.
Yeah. Have them meet squirrels and
people
bark at the owl.
Yeah. And like, hey, it's like, oh, like because they met people, he's well behaved. Like our dog's really well socialized, and so he's pretty polite in like a lot of situations.
I've noticed that dogs are either friendly with other dogs or with other humans.
Yeah. And
Worf is cool with everyone.
Yeah, that's because we had a lot of socialization when he was very young.
Yeah.
Like he met a lot of people and met a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
Some people just like do one or the other. I feel, you know.
Yeah.
But for Worf, it was both.
Yeah.
And also his temperament too.
Yeah, because when you're a dog owner, if you want to be a good dog owner, at least you should be willing to bypass your social insecurities.
Yeah.
Because I'm not into like interacting with people that much, but like
but you end
since
up
I got Worf,
yeah, when you got Worf and you go out, you end up interacting with people.
I'm just like more brave. I'm just like, oh hi.
Yeah.
Oh, how old is your dog?
Yeah, and you just like talk with people and you're like, oh yeah. And you it's immediately like when you talk to dog owners, you already have the like connection of both being dog owners, right? You're just like, oh, we're both dog owners. We're both kind of have to be sort of into dogs, right? So it's like a common connection of like, oh, let's talk about our dog.
Yeah. And they know you're safe and not psycho because you have a dog or whatever.
I mean, some people are psycho and they have dogs psycho.
That's true. Because like that's how your dog reflects your emotional state.
Yeah, your
like
dog.
If they're chill, then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Then the human must be chill.
Yeah, or if the dog like plays well with others and like the owner is confident that the dog plays well with others. You know, and they're and nothing's happening. You're like, oh, they're probably cool.
Yeah. Or that they've been training their dog instead of just sequestering them inside the house or the apartment.
And also, but like there's a lot of people who like adopt dogs too. Like, the Lao dog could have been an adopted dog, and that they adopted from a shelter, and they haven't had training with him. And they weren't in charge of socializing him or when they were an early age. So there's that too. So I'm not blaming the owner. Like, I think the owners are doing a good thing.
Hopefully they keep bringing the dog, because didn't the beginner dog training have more dogs?
I mean, we have more dogs in the class now.
But like, did everyone who started with us keep?
I think they chose a different class. They chose a different time. They're still doing like 10 o'clock or something like that. We moved to 1 o'clock because we wanted to sleep in.
Oh no, I meant, so there was a beginner class for like 10 classes? And was it just us and another couple?
Yeah, it was just us and another couple for that time slot.
I thought there was like another...
No, we didn't have... It was only our
No
dog.
one dropped out?
No one dropped out.
Okay.
I think people like... Apparently there's supposed to be more dogs, but then
they didn't show up?
They didn't show up or anything like that.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, doggy master's degree.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a good spot to end.
Yeah, because you have...
I have a thing coming up. So thank you for watching on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you're listening on Spotify, thank you for listening on Spotify.
Leave comments.
And